everyone, this is George
Hey.
and Despina from Dare to Begin Life Coaching.
Oh.
The twins, yeah?
Twin power.
Twin power.
There you go.
We'd like to welcome everyone to our live. We so appreciate you joining in.
Definitely.
That
Welcome,
is
guys.
so
Welcome.
nice to hear from you and see your comments. We really, really appreciate it. Today we're looking at dependencies.
Dependencies.
Okay, and we're looking at how we can get out of them. We have the ability to escape from the torment, the trauma, the feeling stuck. We can do it. We can do it. And so today we're looking at that. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's funny, but incredible opportunities occur with change. And there's this quote from Deepak Chopra.
He's awesome.
Oh,
He's
yes,
awesome.
he's awesome. And it's called "Every great change is preceded by chaos." So you might think that you are in chaos.
So repeat that. Every
great change is preceded by chaos. Hi, Luke. Oh, Luke's on.
Hey, Luke.
Okay. So this is it. So you might think you're in chaos, but you will have the tools, because in that pain and whatever you're going through, you will learn the tools. You will learn the tools to get over it. So let's delve into this live, shall we?
Let's do it, man. Let's do it.
Let's do it, Twin Power.
Twin power, yeah.
So,
Back then.
the first thing I'd like you to know how to navigate and create a life full of purpose and fulfillment.
Wow.
Okay, so full of life. That's what we want. We want freedom.
Definitely.
The first thing is looking at your habits and dependencies. So what are you doing that is causing this? So let's start by looking at our habits. Let's look at what you are doing every day. So many times people find themselves, like they might find themselves trapped in negative patterns.
Yeah.
It might be reaching for a cigarette as soon as you wake up.
Definitely.
It might be too much coffee. It might be too much beer. It might be too much porn. All these habits control your life, and they take you into a downward spiral. And so this is a problem too. And so
Case.
yeah. So what's happened, another problem might be our genetics. So the genetics and the environment. People from alcoholic families, they usually turn out to be alcoholics.
So you're saying that's what genetic?
Genetic and the environment. Being with people that
It's like a genetic
drink,
makeup.
maybe, in your genetics, maybe you've come from an alcoholic
So
parents, or, whatever.
predisposed type
A
thing.
predisposition
Awesome.
Also social aspects. You might be at university, and after university you go and have a drink. It becomes 2, it becomes 3, and then it turns out to be more severe later on.
Yeah.
It might be an emotional problem. So emotional events, maybe, I don't know, a divorce, or it might be trauma, going through an accident, having an accident.
Yeah.
So
I had a friend of mine like that who went through an accident, really bad one. By all rights, he shouldn't have lived, but
and did he go and
he went into
develop
yeah,
addictions?
really bad.
Yeah.
Really bad. And we're trying to work through it, but yeah.
Yeah, that is a big issue.
Mm-hmm.
It's a way of coping with stress.
Yeah.
Or coping with loss. You lose your self-control, and
You lose responsibility.
Yeah, you don't want to take the responsibility to make the change, to sort of change your life. Yeah, unfortunately. And so, other factors. Can you think of any other factors?
We said biological.
Biological, social, the environment. Now, the factors, we inherit a lot of these, like children of alcoholic parents have a 6 times more chance of being alcoholics.
Wow.
And so this
Wow.
is a big issue.
Is that a scientific fact?
That is a scientific
6
fact.
times more.
Yeah.
prone.
They are 6 times more prone. And that happens with other addictions too. And so your chances of watching and having the imprint inside of you makes you prone to having the addiction later on. Also, it might be the dysfunctional families or dysfunctional relationships
Sure.
as a whole.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, this is an issue. You might be with somebody who is a control freak, and maybe some kind of traumatic event. A child might soothe themselves with addiction, or they might try to be good enough for the other people and try to be the adult child, trying to seek love from that person and doing everything to help them, to be accepted by them. And so that's another form of addiction. It's trying to make sure the other person is all right and letting go of your own needs. And so this is a problem from a dysfunctional family.
Sure.
So it's the family upbringing. You mimic also what the destructive patterns of your parents, or destructive habits of your friends, of your family, of other people, to fit into because it's so important for people to belong. It's one of our human needs,
Sure, right.
our basic human needs. And so we have unsympathetic from treatment from authoritative figures, and
An example of an authoritative figure is what, like
maybe
parents,
a parent,
or
a teacher,
a boss?
whatever, a boss, or maybe, as a child you believe that your parents are correct in that, and they might be treating you really badly,
Okay.
and everything.
So on and so forth.
Yeah, and so you become compensating
Yeah.
to maybe your partner who's a control freak, a narcissist, and basically, and this is another issue. Yeah.
Is this?
And so you turn into you look at external indulgences
Nice.
to escape.
Yeah, of course.
So it might be porn, it might be, cigarettes, alcohol, and your self-esteem goes down a downward spiral. Another issue is divorce and other stressful events in your life. So this is hard as well. Or maybe a death in the family.
Sure.
And
That happened to me, when we lost both our brother and sister, I went into a massive downward spiral, and I was just compulsive, and I was just like,
it's very
it was
painful.
horrible, bloody painful.
Yeah.
So
And so you try to
that one.
soothe yourself from that experience.
Yeah.
Because
just trying to seek, little satisfactions anywhere. Doesn't matter where, but
because you don't want to be hypersensitive when you're going
when
through,
you're
and
the
you
pain.
crave that escapism. You
Sure.
just want to get away from it.
Right.
So this is another problem.
Okay.
And so you're looking at external substances like alcohol addictions, whatever, and that creates temporary numbness. It creates you're losing that pain, but you'll go into depression and anxiety and other disorders, and if you don't have your fix, it becomes unmanageable.
Wow.
And you won't be able to cope. You won't be able to control them. And that will ruin your family, and it will ruin your friendships, and it will ruin your relationships once it becomes unmanageable.
Okay. So how do we manage it?
You have to control. You have to start. You have to stop where you are,
Exactly. Stop
and
technique.
you will have to see where you are enslaved. What are you enslaved by? What habits are you doing? And you've got to challenge those habits head on. You've got to break free from them. And this is really hard, because when you've numbed yourself,
Breaking those chains,
when you've numbed yourself, you don't want to feel the pain. You don't want to go into the suffering. And that's why people find it so hard, because they'd rather numb themselves than give up their
It's
addictions.
true. It's I mean, it's hard. It's very, very hard. But it's yeah. I mean, the journey is going to be worth it. You know.
Yeah,
Just one small step, right? Just
one small
just
step.
one baby step every time. Every time.
If
Once
you
a day.
just catch yourself, the thing is, because you're ruining everybody, the relationship with everybody, and
your physical
health, and it's bad for you, and you become withdrawn from your family, from your relationships,
Big time.
and the substances become your friend,
yeah, definitely.
and these
that was me.
patterns take you
Guilty-
down.
guilty on that one.
It causes you so much discomfort,
Yeah.
and it's difficult for you to return to your, to what a fulfilled life, because people, they're scared of you. They don't want to be around with you,
Sure.
because they don't know how you're going to react with your mood swings, and your health deteriorates, your career deteriorates, your relationships deteriorate,
Powerful.
and the addictions take over, and you become helpless, and you become a nobody. But you have to stand up with resilience and face those addictions.
Sure. Big time.
So how do we break them? Do you know a solution?
Well, you had that one solution, that stop technique, so when you have a thought, it's like being stop, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Or
Nice.
is it,
Yeah.
that's
Yeah,
powerful.
That's
that helped
nice.
me a lot.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. So you don't, instead of reaching for, I don't know, marijuana, alcohol, porn, whatever, make a frappe. Or instead of reaching for something, go for a walk.
Yeah.
Another.
And what helped, what a friend of mine was going through some really bad, like alcohol, like, big time. And what he done, bloody brave. Absolutely, every time he wanted a drink, he just had a glass of water, and he had to finish that glass of water.
Oh
He had
wow!
to finish that large glass of
Oh
water.
wow!
And then he might have a drink, but it never happened. He just kept on drinking water. Now he's been almost 3 years.
Alcohol free.
Proud of you, Stevie boy.
Ain't that amazing?
Proud of you,
Ain't
Stevie.
that amazing, you guys?
Yeah.
That's like the 5, 4, 3, 2,
Yeah,
1.
that's exactly
You're
what happened.
not marrying the action with the brain.
Yeah.
You're stopping the physical sensation to do it before it reaches the brain, because you've
Critical mass.
got a 90-second window before the brain and the physical
That's
get married
amazing, eh?
together.
That's amazing.
So there's a window, and that drinking the glass of water.
Yeah.
So just having the glass of water
large
there.
glass of water.
I
and have to
love
finish
it.
before you do anything else.
I really love it.
Yeah.
And so breaking the windows, first of all, breaking the cycle. It's a good idea to have a timeline, and it's crucial to go back to your past and look at it in 10-year spans, and look at what you have done and what other people have done to you, and make amends of everything that you've done, and change that, and just and try to write down who you have hurt and who has hurt you. I love, like, the Lord's Prayer.
Mhm.
Forgive us forgive us our trespasses as we forgive those who trespass against us. Forgive us our trespasses, because
Forgive us
we
our sins.
are responsible for going into the dysfunctional relationships and for not having boundaries and protecting ourselves. We are responsible for not taking responsibilities and going for that glass of alcohol instead of drinking water. We are responsible for watching porn and not being able to perform in bed with our wives or our husbands. We are responsible for these things, well, for everything, because we have done it to ourselves. So forgive us our trespasses.
Forgive us our sins.
Forgive us our sins. Forgive us
that-
for not looking after ourselves as we forgive those who have done us wrong.
Yeah.
And that could start by the by looking at your life in 10-year spans. We did it together. Did you like it?
It was perfect.
Wasn't it powerful?
Ooh.
And you look at who
Scary,
you
and
have.
mine was between 10 to 20. That's when my span was.
And
that's when I had the hiccup.
And that's where a lot of the negative imprints and addictions, because you try to soothe yourself and you become either too good to somebody and you accommodate them, or you soothe yourself with addiction. So that's you either become the adult child who you're trying to accommodate the narcissist, or you can become either a narcissist as well, or you soothe yourself with addiction so you don't have to feel the pain, the trauma of what you've gone through. So that's another issue.
Cool.
And so that's it. You have to address each emotional baggage of the past in the timelines and take those incremental steps by, as soon as you want to go through the addiction, you want to do the addiction, drink a glass of water, and then so you can not marry the physical thing of what you want to do with the brain, the 90-second window, and transformation is on. Let's do it. The thing is, you have to embrace the new you. You have to embrace the new perception of you.
The new change.
Because we don't have to be the old self. It's daunting because you want to soothe yourself. You want to go into those old patterns to make yourself feel better and overindulge.
Sure.
You do. But you lose your moral, you'll lose your values, you'll lose who you are, you will lose yourself.
Wow.
And so you have to catch yourself in those moments. Sorry about the noise. So you might want to write it down in a journal as well, and so you can become more aware. Like every day you could even have a journal of your triggers and write down ways that you can be empowered. You know, like instead of getting a glass of whatever, instead of going for a glass of alcohol, I'll have a cup of tea.
Right on.
Instead of, so you can see things that, instead of doing this, but write down your triggers. What makes you triggered? So if I get stressed, the first thing I'll do is go to the fridge, okay, to make myself, to soothe myself. But I can look for ways, instead of going to the fridge, I could do something a lot better than that, and not connect these habits. So yes, and so we have to label them. So remember that in each chaos, in each time where you're in chaos, an opportunity of growth can be found, because you can take the responsibility to become a better version of yourself. And the baggage of the past can be let go of. You don't have to hold them. They're not your life sentence.
Cut those baggage.
Cut them off you.
It's like a train, guys. I always look at it like a train with a carriage.
Yeah.
Just like get rid of each carriage as you go along your journey.
That's it. And become lighter.
Embrace new people on board.
Yeah.
Those who don't serve you, don't let them on. It's your train. It's your carriages. You do what you want with them.
Yeah, and become your new vibrant self.
Exactly.
First of all, we're going to wrap it up now. Luke, our cousin from England, even dressed alike. I didn't think of that. We're even dressed alike.
Lukey boys.
And our lovely sister Dina. Thank you so much for watching, our lovely sister.
Loyal to the bitter end. We love our sister.
And we've also got Emilia.
Emilia.
How are you? Reading up on narcissists. Yes.
You're amazing, Emilia. We love you. We love you.
Yes, it is a bit of an issue.
To Anna.
Yes. So, remember to join us in our next live.
Hit that button, subscribe.
And join us in our next live where we'll be looking at becoming stuck.
Oh, okay.
We'll be looking at being stuck and how to get out of that.
Okay.
Yeah. And also please visit our website. It's despinanicola.com. Despinanicola.com. Emilia says she loves us both too. Thank you so much.
Sweet girl, we love you.
And you've even got our surname.
I know, no, she's awesome. She's awesome.
I think you're family.
Oh,
you
yeah.
are family.
She's family
Not
to
I
me.
think
she
you
always
are.
has been. Long time.
Thank you so much.
Hit that subscribe button, guys. Despinanicola.com.
Visit the website.
And
we love you guys.
It's been a great long time.
We love you guys. We love you guys. I love you. Bye, guys. Bye.
One of the